Earlier, we talked about hypergamy and the fact that a lot of women like to date, quote unquote, date
Hmm.
men that make more money than them. So, what do you think of dating a man that makes less than you? Do you think it's possible for women to do? Do you think it's something that people can get to grips with? Because I think a lot of men, why they're scared, or not necessarily scared, but they're just not willing to date women that earn more than them. It's not because you hear a lot of women, oh, I'm intimidated. I intimidate men. It's not even that. It's more a lot of men have this experience where once a woman earns more than them, it turns into shame, which it shouldn't. But that's just what tends to happen. So a lot of men, in pursuit of avoiding that sort of unnecessary shaming, that's why they don't do it. It's not like they're intimidated of anyone, to be honest. So what do you think about women dating men that make less than them? Do you think it's a plausible way to go through a relationship? And just like give your thoughts.
So, hypergamy is when people want to date people that they feel are of a particular socio-economic status, including financial means. And yes, I can understand why women would always want to date someone that they feel, is earning more than them because, generally, I even know of women who have held back, and they do tend to be the older women. When I say older, not necessarily that they're too old to date, but they've reached a certain age where they feel that their biological clock is ticking, that they would purposely actually undersell themselves, because they don't want to come across as earning too much, so that they can attract men. People talk to me about that all the time and say, oh, if the man knows what I'm earning and whatever, instantly he's put off. And you said something about some men feeling shame that a woman is earning more than them. And I would put some of these things down to their understanding of the role of finances and money in a relationship. Because again, we talked earlier about kind of how you see yourself. What's your perception of your relationship with another human being? Is it all down to finances? Is it all down to how much you earn? Even though we appreciate that if there isn't enough money for both of you to live on, that may put pressure on the relationship. But the fact that one person is earning more than the other, be it the man or the woman, in this age that we're living in, where everyone has access to most things, especially in the Western world, then this needs to be, thought through. Why shouldn't a woman earning more than a man do date somebody that isn't earning as much as them? Why is that? Is it because the woman doesn't want the man to have access to some of that money? Because the old way of thinking is that your money is my money and my money is my money. So if she's feeling, for example, that she wants to keep all her money and the man has to provide for her, do you see that that already creates a problem? Because he's not earning enough to be able to maybe keep both of them. So it's really about your value system. What is valuable to you? If a man is going to feel shame because he's earning less than you, then that says something about his value base or his understanding of what makes a real man. And what makes a real man isn't, in my opinion, just money. What makes a real man is his ability to care for another human being, regardless of how much he's earning, is to have respect for another human being, regardless of how much they're earning. So we need to examine some of these old ways of thinking, what I call stinking thinking, to really explore in this modern age, is that working? In my relationship, the money that comes into both my husband and I into our family, we use it to achieve what we want in our lives. You know, sometimes he's got more than me, sometimes I've got more than him. I remember when we got married, he basically paid for the wedding because at that point in time, I didn't have much to contribute. Now in our relationship, we're both working. He's kind of semi-retired and I'm not yet retired. So I'm earning a lot more money than he is at the moment. But it's really about what we do with the money. Although I appreciate that people have this mismatch of thinking and what they're looking for. So women will say, I'm looking for a soulmate, but it has to be earning six figures. He has to be earning more than me. He has to be having a house of his own that I'm going to move into. That is going to make your search very difficult. And likewise, if a man is saying to himself, I only want to date women who are earning less than me, then you might find yourself dating gold diggers. Because in your pursuit of trying to find someone that's not earning as much as you, you might be actually excluding yourself from lots of possible suitors who want you for who you are and not just for what you have.